Oh, I've got armpit sweat and top lip sweat from this room.
It's warm, isn't it, again?
It's it's muggy.
It's muggy bay.
Let's not get it twisted. It is muggy. All right, cool. Anything else?
No, let's hit it.
All right. Hello and welcome to the Not Even Real Housewives Though podcast. We're back. Yay!
Welcome back.
Yay! Summer is over. Real life has huh?
I didn't realise it was quite that final. Summer's
But it is.
fucking
Summer's done.
over.
It's over now. We are back in reality. We are back in the same country, same postcode, same county.
Same county.
And we are loving life.
Yep.
I tried really hard to get drunk before this recording. And I think the fact that I am a bottle of red wine down and I'm still relatively sober, I feel sober. I don't know if I am sober, but I feel sober is testament to how amazing my summer was. Because I'm not on my ass falling over, which means that my drinking tolerance is up because I've had a great summer.
Right, yeah.
Or a bad summer, depending if I was drowning
No,
my
I think that's
sorrows, I was
good.
happy, whatever. But I'm still drinking, so it could get progressively worse over the next couple of hours. So
Let's see. Let's get yelling.
We've
got a lot to catch up on, but should we start with some word on the street?
I don't have any word on the street because
I think there are things we need to talk about, aren't there? That we haven't.
There are things we need to talk about. So for me, I think we need to have a separate recording on this topic because I have a lot to say. And I realise now that it's been like nearly 3 weeks since it was released and the world doesn't want to hear us talk about it anymore. But the Raquel and Bethany podcast. Now, I was in Tunisia on my family holiday and I had 10 minutes. So I thought, let me use my last few bits of data, because the Wi-Fi was shocking, to download the first part of this podcast. And I think I was 2 minutes and 35 seconds in and I was rage texting Rosie.
I was like, okay, hold on, wait.
I was so mad. And it didn't get, and then the airport had Wi-Fi. So I downloaded the final 2 parts to listen to on my flight.
Oh, yeah.
And when
more people should be angry on planes. The
people next to me on the plane were looking around like, is she okay? I had my phone out. I was ferociously tapping on my screen, like writing notes. Like it was a whole moment. I was shaking my whole row of seats. It was a whole fucking moment. I was mad. And the thing is, I went from mad to like enraged.
Right.
I'm really pissed at Tom, even more so at Tom Sandoval. And then I was angry at Bethany. It was like a whole plethora of like emotions, mainly towards like the red, feeling of like anger and frustration.
And I feel like most of these things are anger adjacent.
But it was okay. So just we'll do another. I think we should do a quick 45-minute episode of this at another time. But let me just tell you the highlight for me, which is the thing that I don't think has been talked about enough. That really, really like I was pulling at my hair. It was a lot. Tom Sandoval recorded Rochelle without her consent on FaceTime while they were having a sexy moment.
Yeah.
He then had it on his phone, fine. Ariana is the one that sent it around and shared it. Okay, fine, she shouldn't have done that, but she was upset and she was pissed off, so I kind of get why she did it. But why was Tom Sandoval, not fired by Bravo for that? Why is the world not more angry about it? And why is it just kind of like, oh, and by the by, she fingered herself on camera and he recorded it, and that's how Ariana found out. That's how it was portrayed. But that's not what happened.
What's the question?
Off. Why was he not fired for that?
Because it wasn't. I bet their contract is like within filming.
that's a bigger thing. That's like if someone calls someone the N-word in the street and it's caught on camera, they're going to get fired for that because it's a racial attack. It's not obviously the same thing, but for me it's the same gravity.
It was, can you prove she didn't consent? Is it that?
Oh, don't get me started on her word against it. We're not doing that.
I agree. I didn't think we were going to really focus on the actual scandal of the podcast.
We're not. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
that's the
bad.
main takeaway for me. That the rest of it, I have pages of notes. I've got a lot to say. But for me, for that one particular thing, like, why was that just an by situation? It wasn't. He violated
because they
her.
said, didn't they? They said, like, when they were filming, they very much said, like, they didn't say there was anything sexual, and we commented on that at the time, didn't we? Like, why are they not mentioning?
Obviously, it was a sex tape.
Yeah. So do you think that was because it was like an ongoing HR investigation, or it was this, or it was, I don't know.
Either way, Tom Sandoval should have been fired, and he should be blacklisted and cancelled from everywhere.
And he's not. They're in San Francisco.
They're in San Francisco throwing chairs at people.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw them throwing chairs. Jesus.
I mean, anyway, that is my one take that I'm upset about, but we can go into it at a later date.
My take is just really the Bethany of it all. Have you heard her latest thing with the, like, I'm sorry, we don't snuggle? Have you heard that?
No, what?
Oh my God. So she did like a reaction of people being pissed about her, like, taking advantage of Rachel.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I'm sorry that we went to number 1. I'm sorry that I didn't tell, like, do you want me to tell people that I care about them? Do you want me to snuggle with all of my podcast guests? Do you want me to snuggle with the Clintons? It's like, I mean, but she does it in this, like, this brilliant video of her audio over a Sesame Street puppet. It's great. I highly suggest finding it. But she just sounds like, you know, you're like, this is the evidence that they will put you away for. Like, you've lost it. You are orbiting the earth.
Oh God. It's not, for me, did she pay her?
Well, that's that. This is the crux of the matter, isn't it? You're complaining about exploitation, that her stance is that, like, Rachel was exploited, but then she's either she's not being paid, in which case you're exploiting her, or you have paid her, and then you're just exploiting the details and, like, cashing in on your, like, trauma.
Yeah.
And like, just waiting till the start of filming to, like, jump on Bethany. But she, like, I find it insane how much she makes it about her.
Oh, it's all about her.
It's all about her. There's bits where she just speaks over and she's just like, oh no, Rachel, shush.
Yeah. No, that's not what was happening here. This is what was happening. And this is all to do with my reality reckoning, which
who gives a shit, because they weren't married. Have you been with someone for 9 years, Bethany?
But it wasn't a real relationship. Everyone knew it wasn't a real relationship. It was just a brand, and it was that. Fine. That's okay. And you were playing the game because you were on screen pretending like you were best friends with Ariana. So you were playing the reality TV game. Don't then come at the rest of the world and be like, why are you hating on me? It was just a game. If you were playing the game, you're a willing participant, you have to suffer the consequences. I'm sorry.
The Bethany of it all being like, they weren't even married. I'm like, have you heard the shit we have had to listen to from you about your ex? And what
and the whole Tom and Luann situation.
How much we had to suffer, and yet you don't think a 9-year relationship, like, you should be upset about.
She's not
when
girl's
you were
girl.
With that guy for like 5 fucking minutes, and we all had to suffer for years.
Yeah, and she's not girl's girl. She's not.
She's not a person's person at this point, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, I'm not even particularly a girl's girl either, but, like, I have respect for people.
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of people, but I respect people.
Well, I do think there's a point. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I think she's lost it.
She's lost me anyway. I'm not a fan.
I think she's lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
On a related podcast note, what about the Kenya Carlos King?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So Kenya has been on Carlos' podcast talking about how she was like completely edited out of the season, how her event wasn't shown even though it was filmed.
Oh yes, I know about this, and her kids' party and all the rest of it, because we spoke about the party, didn't we? We said, was it not filmed because Mark was there,
or because he'd stipulated about Brooklyn or something? But and how her hair, like her hair spa, like she did an opening and it was filmed but it was edited out, and like, why is this happening?
I think because there was so much else going on.
Was there? What else gone on?
I mean, I don't know. I just remember the last 5 minutes and it was epic.
Yeah, because I feel like we did a whole scene of Marlo sitting in the archive doing fucking nothing.
And it being a big deal that she introduced her man to her business. I don't understand that. That baffled me completely.
I think I would have rather seen Kenya's spa.
Oh, absolutely. I want to see Kenya's friend. What's her name? Akila?
Yeah, Akila.
Anyway, she's fucking fire.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with her. She can come back full time next season, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, that's the other news, isn't there? That they're going to axe everybody.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a big reboot.
Rumor news. Who knows?
Yeah, I think Portia should come back.
That's what everyone's been saying, isn't there? That
she won't unless the money's good. And I don't know if Bravo's got that much money now. Anyway, the reunion is being released as a normal version and an unedited version or extended version on Monday for thing. It's already
Sheree seems to be coming.
She's coming for Candy hard. But
then it's an interesting take, isn't it?
When your boss calls you out for not paying your bills on national television, like, that's embarrassing. And she's wrong
this
for
week
that.
She's like, I don't give a shit. I don't be stressed. It's because people are wanting money off me.
The bill man call, like, really, bitch?
I was like, what a I mean, bottle that. If you could teach people how to not care about that.
The moral of the story is pay your fucking bills.
Yeah, I do pay my bills.
I mean, on time direct debit. I mean, I don't even have to look at them. They just come out my account. Easy.
And don't buy things you can't afford.
No, and I don't throw elaborate parties.
Don't spunk tens of thousands of dollars on balloons.
No, exactly. And I don't have an assistant that can throw shoes at me. Like, that by far was one of the funniest things. So, but why buy this?
As somebody who has had a shoe thrown at them in a professional capacity, it's not nice. On a side note,
do
you know what I've been watching?
No.
At Home with the Furies.
Okay, best show ever. I'm obsessed. Even Mike was watching it. I said there's a reality TV show with Tyson Fury. Mike was like, I'm watching it. I was like,
oh no, Dan was like, absolutely not. So he was at the pub yesterday and I started watching it and I was like, this house, I could just do an hour and a half on the kitchen.
Can we talk about how expensive their marble countertops would be? Have you seen how thick that marble is?
You can, because around the sink, it's all like engraved in like 17 steps. It's and like so many round.
I mean, it's not for me.
No,
would you not kill for that kitchen?
I mean, for the money to pay for a kitchen with that much money.
I love the fact that when she was cooking something, I was clocking all the stuff that she was using to cook with. She had Lidl olive oil.
Oh, they are thrifty.
They are so thrifty. But yet she's wearing a Balenciaga tracksuit.
They got fucking Prada bed sheets on a 2-year-old's bed.
And Versace, everything.
Everything. Versace. This is where Versace went.
Yeah. To die. And, sorry. God rest his soul. I forgot he was actually dead. Sorry. God rest his soul. My bad.
They didn't kill him. I think it's fine.
Okay, but like, yeah, their budget in everything except for what they wear in their house. Like, I am obsessed. And Paris is, listen.
Get at her. Yes, all of it, please.
6 kids, 7 now. She's pregnant again.
And him. Yeah.
Sitting at the kitchen table, putting their makeup on. Kids are fighting. Okay, can we talk about the son Adonis who just goes around stealing people's drinks?
I mean, I just like the idea that there's a Dr. Pepper in a baby bottle.
What? Just every part of me is telling me that's wrong, but I loved every minute of it.
They're great. I think she's genuinely brilliant.
I mean, how does she put up with him?
And then like the eldest kid, I feel bad for the eldest kid because she's got nothing.
Well, she made the decision to leave school. She didn't have to leave school. They weren't following. They said
Can
that she didn't have.
make a decision to leave school? Do they have the capacity? But also,
no, but
like where that then fits into the I was thinking, but she's not going to really be immersed in her community, is she? Because she lives in this fucking huge house, and everyone knows they're rich, and everyone is going to be shit scared of her dad. I mean, like he seems like a nice guy, but also he is the heavyweight champion of the world and mental.
He's not well.
Are you going to start nipping around their daughter? Think not.
No, absolutely not. I love the fact that this when Paris packed him swimming trunks for his PE kit, the oldest son. The whole time in the car, I swear to God, I peed my pants. It was so much. And it was just
so good.
Oh, it's brilliant. But the kids have to learn how to fight, don't they? Because they are going to get picked on because they're Tyson Fury's kids.
Oh yeah, people are going to go for them.
And that
eldest one is not going to stand. He won't take it. He won't. No, he won't last.
No. I don't like I know that I watch Love Island anyway, but I really don't like Molly May. Why was she so popular?
I don't know. So who is she? She's not somebody.
No, she's only from Love Island. Yeah. And where's she from? She's very well to do, isn't she? Why is she shucking up the top? Tommy is a good looking guy though. He's a good looking guy. Why are you laughing?
Why is she shacking up with this
traveller?
Relatively attractive guy who is related to this man who's worth £500 million. I can't think.
Yeah,
and has a TV show, even, and she already wants to be on a TV show. I can't think of any reason.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Also, she's called Molly May, so
she's basic. Family's
she's
basic.
Fitting anyway. Right in, isn't she?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I love the kids' names though. I mean, Adonis.
No, but they're all called Prince. All the sons are called Prince.
Every single one
of them. Yeah, and then the names that we call them are their middle names.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's not... Yeah.
But why Venezuela? Why Athena? Paris? Yeah, but Paris is one thing, but Venezuela? Like Valencia.
But I would have given you Valencia. You could say because you've got Adonis, and Paris is a classic... He's a classical character, isn't he? I mean, it's a man's name in the myth.
You're reaching.
Yeah, I am. Because Venezuela's just a place, isn't it? Maybe they've been on holiday.
Venezuela.
They might have been to Venezuela.
They can't even get it together to go to Cannes, as they call it. The dad is my favourite. I fucking love the dad.
Great. And he's like in Nevada.
Yeah, I love the dad. I wouldn't fuck with that dad.
He's got exactly the same voice.
Yeah.
My new fave.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's absolutely brilliant. Hats off to Netflix. They need to do another season because I thoroughly enjoyed that. Oh, like when my husband watches it, you know it's a good show.
Yeah, mine won't, obviously. Right, should we crack on?
Yeah, let's talk about actual stuff. Like poor people, like we've been like we're about
we're like an hour in.
And we haven't talked about anything yet.
What should we start with?
So Atlanta or New York?
Atlanta.
Okay,
because when we last spoke, I hadn't seen the most recent Atlanta, so I've got like 3 Atlantas to talk to you about.
Okay, let's not do 3. I can't.
Well, okay, so what do you want to start
about? Should we do the last 2?
Sure, I don't know where one starts and one the next ends.
Okay, so
headlines are
Sanya is pregnant. The one is the Sip and See episode.
Oh God, yeah.
So Sanya's pregnant.
Yeah.
And it's a Sip and See episode. And then the other episode is the finale, which is basically the whole
everything.
The whole Drew and Ralph situation and the past movie premiere party thingy.
Right, okay.
All right, so that one, the first episode opens with Cynthia and Kenya in the Kenya Moore hair care, and Cynthia is celebrating her divorce.
And she's got divorced before Kenya.
And she's
been married and divorced before Kenya's been divorced.
Probably twice at this point. When did she divorce Peter Thomas?
I think that was before Kenya started divorcing Mark, but I think she has met, married, and divorced Mr. Hill. What's his name?
Mr. Hill.
I can only think of Jonah, not him.
No, I keep saying
Cyprus.
No, I don't
know.
No, Cyprus. Great rap group, but no.
Anyway, he's gone. She's dragging her feet.
Mike. Is it Mike?
Mike Hill. Yeah.
Is it Mike Hill?
Yeah. You really had to reach for the name Mike there.
No. And what else happened?
Then they talk about filming and how they're going to film. So they filmed the part in 10 days.
Yeah.
10 days. That is phenomenally quick.
Well, they did it in her house.
That's insanity. Doesn't matter, even with one location.
Well, apparently because Drew is a consummate professional.
She must be fucking consummate professional. I think that sounds insane. Like the
money is like
Drew's great, and Kenya and Candy is absolutely like saying how amazing she is and supporting her and being great about it.
Absolutely.
I got very anxious, like, please tell me you're going to do it right. Like, I was really glad to hear an intimacy coach and that it was a close set and all of that, because I was like, I'm getting anxious.
Because I think Drew would have sued her.
I just think it's not okay to force, like, we hopefully have learned in the industry that you can't just put people under pressure to do things in an unprofessional manner. And it changes, and the people at the top have to take responsibility, and the people who are older and more experienced have to take responsibility for those things. And so I was glad that was going to happen.
I just thought that Drew might sue her.
Yeah. I mean, she might still.
Yeah, fair. And then, oh my God,
I'm going to sue you because I met my girlfriend in your house, and it broke my marriage up.
The sweat I am experiencing right now is real. I don't even know why.
So Sanya goes to see Dr. Jackie.
I miss Rights Medicine so much. It needs to hurry up and come back. They're filming their confessional, so it's got to be soon.
Oh,
I'm very excited because Phaedra's in it, isn't she?
She does a lot of Dr. Jackie. She does a lot of very good, informative, very short Instagram videos. I'm like, this is genuinely very educational.
I like Dr. Simone because she's more of my personality and she's a bit of a joker, but the knowledge that Dr. Jackie has on the vagina and the reproductive system and everything is insane.
And she's not judgmental. She's like, these are she's judgmental. She is a big fat shamer. But in terms of like your sexual health, she's not judgmental.
You can shove something up your asshole.
Doesn't care. She's just like, if you're going to do it this way.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the plan.
Please don't eat a Twinkie whilst you're doing it.
Yeah. Solid advice. Maybe probably don't eat a Twinkie anyway. I mean, I just don't think that's food.
No, but they taste really good. And then but she does tell Sanya that she shouldn't have told her child about the baby.
Yeah, which again is great advice.
Why would you do that? I think.
But this is Sanya all over. She hasn't got delayed gratification. That's why she's a sprinter.
Fair. I didn't put that together.
I mean, 400 meters is a fucking long way to run.
No, but she does it in a few seconds, though.
Yeah, not for her. Yeah.
Like for us, it'd take us like 2 hours. Hers like 45 seconds at the most.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Insanity.
And then so basically this whole episode is back and forth between the different scenarios. So we've got the shoot of the past and then the sip and see preparations.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about at the past movie shoot, they start talking about Courtney calling Drew a bitch. Yeah. And no one is really sure who she was talking about on the video, because for my first reaction, I was like, she just called Sanya a bitch.
Yeah, that's what they were sort of implying, weren't they? Because they were like pointing, this is Sanya. Yeah.
So to me, if she didn't react, then obviously it wasn't her.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the whole when she said
like, is it Monietta?
No, but it was. She came out and said at the end of the in the end of finale that she was talking about Drew. Like Courtney.
But I think I went to all the people in the like, is it this? Is it who is she talking to?
Absolute madness. And then
we're meeting the Balloon King.
Yeah. It's like when they walk into Sheree's house to do a party or whatever, do they panic about being paid?
I would ask for money up front.
Like at least 50%, right? Yeah.
I mean, just the actual physical cost of those balloons, like just in materials.
Yeah, just without the stuff it costs to tie them up and blow them up,
and the effort of the person.
I remember when you dropped off that balloon arch. Never mind being attacked
on the
by
rainiest day of the year.
And I got hit in the face by hailstones.
That was a good day.
Yeah, for you, bitch. But that looked like that took you days.
It did take some effort. Me and my mum did it. My mum has got excellent lung capacity.
Oh, that's because she's not been a smoker, has she?
No, yeah, that. Don't smoke, kids. How will you ever do a balloon arch? But
I love that party planner. Anyway.
Oh yeah, he's great. I would watch his spin-off.
Oh, absolutely. I want to see him do a party show.
Plus, also, it's just everything, isn't it? Like balloons and photographs and just like pictures and birds' cages and like what is happening?
There's budget, but there's no budget.
Yeah, and like she's just very, very obvious. Honestly, like this is my fucking party.
Yeah, I do think as well that she might be one of those grandmas that's just a bit overbearing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
do you reckon the
because the son Cairo is like chill, so she's not got with him because she wants like a big personality, and then you've got Sheree. It's a lot.
Yeah, but you must know who he is.
Sure, yeah, sure.
Like, so you know who the parents are. Okay, before we get into the sip and see and we get like into
the Bob.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something now.
Right.
I love Bob Whitfield so much. I love him so much.
Yeah, I don't think that's allowed.
I know, I don't. He's a dog shit of a human. He's like, he beats women. I know all of that, and I don't condone any of that behavior, but he makes me laugh and smile from ear to ear every time he's on the screen.
Him and Candy interacting is amazing.
The way they speak, they're friends. They clearly are friends. The way they kiki, and he was just like,
"Who is?"
I thought it was it Acropo?
Yeah, Acropo.
But then he was like, I didn't know it was a Barb Inquisition. Like, I just.
But I'll be honest. But Sheree's all like, I'm this brilliant mother, blah blah blah. I'm like,
but your kids don't tell you shit.
Tell you that they got a sister.
Listen, and she's so blasé about it too.
Yeah, I think she knew. She just hasn't told us.
I don't know, because that face looked real, like that dumbfounded.
Because then she was like,
real.
"Are you going to introduce me to Candace?" And it's like, you don't even know. Like, nah, you know who this is.
I don't know. Yeah, that's bizarre.
And like, was he not paying any money towards this kid?
Apparently he's not paid any money to Sheree for his other kids. So why is he paying these other women?
Yeah, so maybe not.
Yeah. Fucking love Bob.
And like poor Martel, like I don't generally think poor Martel because I don't think he's a great person, but like Bob is intimidating. Yeah, he's just like a doorway, isn't he? Like he fills a doorway. Like if he doesn't like you, you are fucked.
Yeah, he's like Frank Catania. Like he's like, don't. Like he's the nicest guy in the planet in terms of like he wouldn't harm a fly, but like don't upset the guy.
He did beat the shit out of his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Okay.
I loved all the timestamps in the Sip and See.
Oh my god. What? I couldn't go to one of these people's events. Anyway.
And then we do sort of see the baby, don't we? In that fucking carriage that you cannot like.
And the poor baby is asleep. Why are you doing this to the baby?
Like, why? I just love that her nap schedule is not even remotely taken into account in the schedule of the party.
My 100% thought process was when I saw the ticker thing say it was 4:00 and she was still in hair and makeup. I'm like, this is dinner time and my babies are going to bed at 7. So what is happening at this point?
No.
Not at that age. When they're over 1 year old and the routine is fully established, you can have 1 or 2 days where you deviate and you have a different scenario. But at 6 months old,
you are being a nightmare.
And like tomorrow and for the next 4 days, I've got to deal with that now.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Because Sheree doesn't have to, does she?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely not.
But then Drew couldn't come into the Sip and See.
So she can't come in because she's arrived. They finally finished shooting. She had Ralph that day being like coming in the trailer
calling her a lesbian and calling her a
lesbian and smiling all. Oh, what
sinister
a dickhead.
And gross. He's okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to announce this now. This is a Ralph hate podcast.
He's so like, he's being extra Ralph now, isn't he? We saw him at the marriage counselor being like, well, what I'm saying is like very intellectual, and then he just rambles some shit, and it's like, no, it's not. You're just trying to use $3 words when you've got nothing to say. You're trying to pretend everything's fine, but you're sleeping in your kid's fucking bunk bed. Just fuck off.
No. His exact reasoning, from what I could do, so I had to watch it a couple of times, was, I don't go to therapy because I'm working on myself and I am making positive changes for myself. Don't you see the changes I'm making? And she replies, what change? And he was like, well, I've moved out of the bedroom because now I'm thriving.
Oh, he's such a dick.
I don't understand any of that.
And that scene when then he goes and like embarrassed, like she's crying in the kitchen because Courtney called her a bitch, and he's like, so?
Yeah. Oh. So, Courtney used to live in Tampa.
Ooh.
Take from that what you will.
Oh.
But that ain't no cousin. Oh. That's a side piece. You called it from day one. That is his side piece.
So, and Apollo, I spotted Apollo at the Sip and See
with his hey girlfriend.
What is the charade, like, Apollo? How are these threads so intertwined? But why?
He was in a She by Sheree fashion show.
But why?
Because she was trying to be shady against Phaedra. Come on.
I mean, that's all it is.
100%.
Not coming in. She got assaulted by Anthony. Because he threw a shoe at her, and she's saying no. He's saying I didn't. He
threw a bag first.
Yeah,
and then he threw a shoe.
He's keen to be on camera though, isn't he?
He is really keen, and I don't understand why he thinks that's gonna work. Like, surely if you watch the show to try get on the show, you should know that behavior is not going to work out for you.
It depends what show he's trying to get on.
Right. Okay.
Like, if he's trying to get on one of Candy's many spin-offs,
that might work. Yeah, fair.
All of those people who work in OLG. Yeah, well, they're perfect. He'd be great on that.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, he's just. Plus, I also think he can't rein it in. If you paid him, he couldn't be less.
No, I think that's him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
So we see Ralph being a dick to Drew, and she's meant to be trying to be happy, and like, he's been such a dick. Like, I've had to do all this extra. It's like, it was 10 fucking days, mate. You couldn't look after your kids for 10 days.
No. I was interrupting his fucking Courtney time.
And interrupting him doing whatever the fuck he's doing. Technology, whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, no one knows.
What a dick. Then Sheree says that she doesn't stress about bill collectors.
Was that then, or was that in the next episode?
They've blurred to me.
Okay.
We're just going straight in.
Oh no, we missed Marlo's Foster Care Friday event.
Yeah, but was that worth talking about?
I mean, we should always bring light to the foster care system.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
I have to say, Marlo's fashions, these episodes have been incredible. Like,
oh yeah, she looks
her
great.
Chanel number 5 earrings, that confessional look, fire.
Yeah.
Absolute fire.
She does look great. And all those people sounded like amazing. And it's nice that it's happening, but
yeah.
I don't know that it's that. I feel like with Marlo, I'm like, what is she actually doing? Like, what is the gain from this event? Like, in that community?
Yeah, I feel like
she's busy people to come and look at her. Like, are they raising money? Are they raising awareness? Are they changing politics? Like, what are we trying to do?
What's the purpose?
Are they pairing people up like who were in the foster care system with successful people? What are we?
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel a bit like that with Mummy Nation.
I don't think anyone knows what Mummy Nation's doing.
But at least when they had their event, it was like, it's for this charity that provides homes. And you're like, right, it's cool. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Up for it.
Fair.
Kenya and Kenya's dad.
Yeah, so this is the next episode. So let's move to the next episode. Go.
I think I understand a lot more about why Kenya is the way that she is when you see what a dick her dad is.
Yeah, but he's been like that from day one.
I know, but we don't really see him very much, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why she's bothering.
Because she doesn't have anyone else. Her mum rejected her. She's just got her on, and she doesn't have any other family. And you know, I mean, she's close with her siblings. I think.
I know. I'd just be like, invite someone else's. Like, invite Sanya's mum round. Invite Sanya's dad round.
Yeah.
Like, that would be nicer.
I mean, even Brooklyn knows that he's not a good guy.
Yeah, she don't want to sit next to him.
No.
She's not dumb, is she, that kid?
I'm shy.
Yeah. I was like, listen to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, don't force her into this weird pattern of pleasing men that you've got. She's telling you that she doesn't want to be near that man, and you are her protector here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And he won't eat her food. And he did sort of get on board with the surrogacy idea, which I think is definitely the best option. She shouldn't die trying to have a baby after trying to die after having a first baby.
But it's not even just that. Like, I have this whole thing, and I probably sound awful for saying it out loud, but like, I have this issue with women of a certain age having babies.
In their 50s, thinking that they should have babies.
You're not going to be there to see that baby grow up. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, okay, you'll see it grow up, but to what point?
And how much care are you expecting from that child?
So when they're 20 and you're 70 something and you're pissing in your incontinence pants, are you expecting them to change your nappy instead of going out and being at university and living their life? Fucking selfish.
Yeah, it's that, isn't it?
I mean, I think I sound unreasonable at certain points, but I just it makes me, it upsets me.
It's being juxtaposed with Sanya being told she's a geriatric mother over 35.
And
it's like, but Kenya could be the mother of a 35-year-old.
Yeah,
and yet she's contemplating having a baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's right.
See the kind of Scotland being introduced to the archive.
Yes. I mean, everyone can shade that place, and I can shade her thinking it's a big deal to introduce him to our business, but I would pay good money to go shop there.
Oh yeah, they were advertising some lovely Schiaparelli earrings earlier.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
and it looks organized.
Well, I mean, only after sorry, I was just Freudian slip. Assistant came in and fixed it after Marlo trashed it. That she did not look happy.
She was not happy.
No.
Imagine trying to rehang everything with those nails. What a nightmare.
It's up there wiping your ass. She only just got the poo out of there from this morning.
So then we have so she's introducing Scotland, but he's not her boyfriend, he's her boyfriend, friend boy.
I don't know. I love that. And then that's what the producer puts at I love it. I love it so much.
Then we have the Ralph ramble at the therapist. So what is he trying to persuade us of? He's trying to persuade us that everything is fine. And then it's actually good that he has moved out of the bedroom.
Yeah, because it means him and his wife are able to achieve what they need to achieve separately, but they're still together.
I just don't believe that he believes that.
No. He's a hot mess.
It's just ridiculous. Like, I just think if you're going to be filmed in couples therapy, the least you can do is admit you're having problems.
No, we can't do that.
Like, no, everything's fucking great. And like her friends sleep in separate rooms in separate fucking houses because they're divorced. And it's all fine. Like, fuck off.
No, it was everything is fine. And then when she dropped the bomb, but they're going for the divorce. Like, and he says, but who hasn't?
Who hasn't filed for divorce?
I can categorically say I haven't.
Yeah, me too. You need to stop watching Kim and Croy. I'm not sure where we are in that yo-yo now. I think we are back on divorce.
We're back on divorce, yeah.
Back on divorce, right, cool.
Oh.
I mean, their lawyers must just be like, yeah, sure. Come back.
Whatever you're doing.
Reprint these papers. That's another $5,000. And I like that we got some Don Juan shade in this episode.
What did he shade?
He shaded Ralph when they went to the premiere.
When they came into the premiere thing, yes.
And he was like, oh, you're here?
Yeah.
He knows. He knows about Ty. He's not dicking about, is he? No. He doesn't like Ralph either.
No, I don't think he's ever liked Ralph.
No, and it's really clear.
But I think he's
can see a dickhead.
Yeah, from miles away. And I think Candy finding Don Juan was the best thing she ever did.
Oh yeah.
He's like the keeper of secrets. He's
an absolute fucking diamond.
He really is. And so I'd love to be friends with that guy. I think he's a genuine guy.
And he seems to find it fun still.
Yeah, he enjoys it.
I have these moments. Yeah, and I have these moments at work because I work in it's meant to be fun. And sometimes we have conversations, like me and my colleagues, and we're like, oh, it's meant to be fun. And if you don't have someone making it fun and being like, this is fun, it's fucking work. None of us signed up for work. Come on, get a real job.
No, 100%. It was like, I did what I do because I enjoy.
Yeah, so it's meant to be a good time.
But it's not.
Well, but I think it can be
if you don't have to do all the other stuff.
Well, if you oh well, yeah. But you've
got to do admin. You've got to do.
Oh yeah, no, that's all fine. But Don Juan has to do admin as well, I bet. But
I don't think he does. I think he has assistants.
He's got a little secretary, yeah. But I just think I like his whole, and he knows what the deal is, doesn't he? Like, oh, Todd wants it to be a small, intimate affair. I've got 200 people come in.
Yeah, but he got a producer credit on the film.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, I'm sure he could. He's got every skill under the book.
I wonder how much they pay him. $500,000 a year?
Yeah, plenty. And I reckon he fucking earns every penny.
Oh, no, I reckon he should get more.
Yeah, can you imagine what his life is like? Sure, and now I have to open a chicken shop, and now I have to produce a film, and now also we're doing a music tour, and then tomorrow we're being alligator breeders. Yeah, why not? It's just like, yeah, sure, we're absolutely cool. It's all just people and money and doing things.
Alligator breeders, what the fuck?
I just think like that. It's like it should be anything. Like she's gonna get that ego, isn't she? So he's gonna be like, right, okay, cool. Now we're gonna do Broadway. Now we're gonna do off Broadway. Now we're gonna do this. Now we're at the Tony Awards.
Oh, I love it so much.
And I love Candy, like all of that bit where like everyone looks amazing again. And like Mama Joyce turns up, and that is fine.
Immediately shades Cynthia. Where's the ring?
Where's your ring? Where's your fucking ring, babe?
It's under that wig. I do love me some Mama Joyce, though.
I just love that she criticizes other people's ability to keep a man
we have to go
term.
to Atlanta, and we have to go and eat at the OLG. We have to meet the OLG. Like, we have to do it. Like, it's a thing.
Sure. So Drew sings.
And she does a good job.
Great job. Everyone's fucking loving it. Dancers look great. She's all good.
And Ty is backstage at this point.
Ty is backstage.
So have they, as Ralph would say, munched on each other's pussies? Why would he use that terminology? Pray tell me. Does he munch on females' pussies? Is that how he does it? Is that why he can't keep a woman?
Is that why her face looks like that?
Yeah, like because you're munching? Like who munches? Fucking
monsters,
hell.
Monster Munch.
Oh, Monster Munch is pickled onion. Yes.
And he is a monster.
Yeah, but he's not pickled onion Monster Munch standard though, is he?
No, he's not. He's not.
Prick. So Alison is a real one, okay? Can I just point out that is a real bitch. When Courtney come up to her and try to give her a hug and a kiss, she was like,
no,
don't touch me, don't come for me, and I'm going to explain to you in a calm and rational manner,
calm and very, very scary way,
as to why you can't. Okay, so the theory that Alison is Drew's mother.
I love it. I feel like we all collectively know this.
I think we do. Well, the Twitter universe does.
I think it's one of those things that we didn't know we knew, but now we do know that we knew.
But even still, Drew's mum still doesn't look old enough to have had Alison. That's the part of the puzzle.
Same maths, isn't it? All of it. This is none of it works.
But that's the part of the puzzle I don't get.
Well, somebody had a baby at 20.
Just 20?
Okay, well, someone had a baby at 15, 16.
Is that why she's a pastor? Because she was like forced into the church because she had like a baby.
Oh, maybe. I mean, that didn't. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's better than going to like a model in laundry, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, so yeah, Alison comes for Courtney. It's great. Whether it's mothering, whether it's big sistering, it's great, isn't it? Like, you get to go, be civilized, do your shit, and I'm just gonna be like, nope.
And that was the first instance of Courtney being brave in confessionals when she said in her confessional after that moment that the only reason why that she was speaking to Alison and Drew and was apologizing was because she wanted to shut them up at that point.
Yeah.
That was the first brave moment.
But then she just runs her fucking mouth.
The second brave moment was when I think she didn't realise she was still being filmed.
No, I don't know. I think she's securing the bag.
But is she going to get the bag,
I don't know. She might have sold herself very cheap. When she's like, yeah. You get that adoption for your lesbian love affair. And she's like the whatever. She's the pusher, isn't she, of all of this? For Ralph.
But what coin is Drew supposed to get?
I guess alimony?
But what is
child support? So he won't have to pay child support for the eldest child because
that's fine. His. Drew works. So what's
I mean, not that much. She's done work this year, hasn't she? But
because she was supposed to be a housewife. The point was that she drew. Ralph asked her to give up her career so she could be at home to raise the kids, and that's what she did.
Yeah. And in an industry where being young and tight is the currency, you've asked her to give up those things to raise your children and to have your children and to make your children her body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was all very, and yes, Courtney really soured, didn't she?
It's not acceptable behaviour.
It's
and by
real
Ralph
shit.
as well.
And she sounds so homophobic.
Yeah, and then Ralph trying to out the affair.
Yeah.
To the press and stuff, like.
And it's like weird competitive, like who filed for divorce, like just who gives a shit? It's sad.
But I think that's the problem, like with Ralph, she's not having a normal
he
divorce
does give
situation.
A shit. Yeah.
He's coming in hot.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be horrible for her to go through, I think.
It is. And I was slightly encouraged by the genuineness of the reaction of the other women.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like Kenya and Sheree both being like Kenya in particular being like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Like she really felt it and she genuinely, I mean, some of it was empathy as much as sympathy, but she made the fucking effort, didn't she?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Sheree, and then right at that
Sheree
moment
when her dad.
Yeah, and like moments ago.
Yeah.
And that completely blindsided Drew as well. And like when you see their real emotions, she was so taken aback.
Yeah, she didn't know how to react to that.
And you could tell, like, because she's obviously absolutely overloaded with things at the moment. She could feel that coming in, and you could see it being processed in real time. She was like, "Oh my god!" And then she couldn't go, and it was all kind of sad at the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we hear that Sanya's lost the baby.
I know. Oh, going through that on your own must have been horrendous.
Oh, and in not at home, not with people, when she's been so surrounded by people her whole life.
Yeah.
And so in control of her body her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been terrifying.
Yeah. Like, words can't describe the pain of a miscarriage. Like, the physical pain, like, the actual, like, childbirth doesn't even come close. Like, it's so painful.
Yeah.
And I can't begin to imagine doing that by yourself. Especially when you had hopes of it being okay. And then obviously she knew that she had lost the baby, but she didn't realize that she was going to have to.
Yeah.
She thought she was going to have a surgical.
Yeah.
thing. Thank God she's allowed to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that absolutely.
She's in a state where she's allowed to do that, because in America it's fucked up.
I hadn't even thought about that element of it. That there are women who literally
if she'd have been anywhere else,
a miscarriage,
she wouldn't have been able to get rid of. If she hadn't had a natural miscarriage, she wouldn't have been able to get rid of that baby. She'd have
just been expected to develop sepsis and die.
Yeah, like insane.
It's horrendous.
It's her body, it's her choice. Every female has the right to decide what
it's not her choice, though, is it? At that point, it's happened. Something that she didn't want to happen.
No, but I'm just saying.
But even if you do, yeah, absolutely.
Every woman has a right to decide what happens to her body. Like,
have you seen that statement saying, I went with my partner to his vasectomy and I couldn't help but notice there were no protests, there were no doctors trying to persuade him, there was nothing quotes about God, because it turned out that they fully trusted him in charge of his body.
Absolutely. It's
just bullshit, isn't it?
I've been to abortion clinics and there's people standing outside protesting. I go to vasectomy clinics, no one's saying nothing.
There's nobody standing outside fucking children's homes saying, adopt these children, look after these kids, pay for these children. It's not about kids, is it? It's just about controlling women.
100%. It's fucking disgusting.
So yeah, we hear on the positive end that she's pregnant again.
She's got another baby in the oven, yes.
And there's really cute videos of them, and hopefully
they look sexy, and Ross makes me want to fuck him all over again.
And she looks like she's taking it slower, which is good.
I mean, I don't really know how much slower Sanya can take it. Let's be clear.
Well, you don't have to travel. I don't know. Don't travel. Right. Stay still. Yeah. Stay in your state. But her family have moved out, but locally.
Okay.
So there's that, isn't there?
Yeah.
So that's Atlanta, man. What a whirlwind. Anything else?
No, nothing.
The only other thing I clocked was that Ralph lies so much that when he says it's his birthday and someone asks him how old he is, he doesn't fucking know.
He said 30-something, then he realised he was 40.
Like,
yeah.
You are so caught in your lies.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
I know. Arsehole.
Right. Should we talk about New York?
Yes.
New York is fun. I'm enjoying New York.
I'm thoroughly enjoying New York.
It's great. There's bits that are annoying me, but generally, it's great.
So Uber takes Erin to Jacob the jeweler.
Oh yeah, okay, that is a friend, isn't it?
I mean,
Jacob the jeweler hasn't aged since like 20 years ago on MTV.
Right. So he's this. I was going to ask you, is this the same 50? Jacob the jeweler?
Oh, potentially it's his son.
Because I was going to say, is he the Jacob the jeweler from all the rap videos?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All of like the hip hop situation.
Yeah. He's the Diamonds man.
Yeah, because I have on repeat in my head, I think it's Marcus Houston singing Jacob the jeweler, like just in my head, like on repeat every time I see him. It's just really frustrating. Also made me listen to the song on Spotify, so I gave him some money. So you're welcome.
Okay, but that's the most recent episode. We have another episode we haven't covered.
No, Jacob the jeweler was the one episode before. The most recent episode is them making the reefs and them Erin being upset about the party that Uber blinged her out for.
Have we spoken about Jessel's event in her house?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's 3 episodes. I can't do 3 episodes ago.
Okay, fine.
But we can talk about Jessel's event just real quick because I was impressed with her Rolodex.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was fun.
She know all these people. But apparently she doesn't work, according to Erin.
But she knows, like,
the Vogue editor. Yeah. She knows people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she knows people.
The way Bryn
Michael Doyle, I mean, yeah, she was like, fuck.
She was like, no, we're in the same hair. That was hilarious.
Yeah, there was some names there. I've heard loads of stuff. There's been loads of stuff being like, Jessel's full of shit, it's all fake, she doesn't even live in that apartment. And why? I don't know, maybe people just don't like her, or like her life's, I don't know, she's all just like, she's just paying to be on the show sort of thing. Also, she said that thing about like how she'd come from nothing. And then that like blew up on the internet.
She came from nothing.
She's like, I came here with nothing, I'm an immigrant. And like, you know, I had to work my way up. And then someone looked into her and they said she went to one of the most prestigious private girls' schools in London. And she like clapped back being like, no, I don't know what it's called, like St. Paul the Pius's. And it's only 15 grand a year.
Right.
And I was like, I mean, 15 grand a year is not nothing. But also, how old are you?
Yeah.
Like, is it 15 grand now? Was it 15 grand a year then?
Yeah.
But like, it's a West London private school.
That's £1,000 a month and some change. That's a lot.
They only go
money.
for like 7 months to private school. I mean, it's not for like posh private school, is it? But either way, you went to private school in a country that provides school for free.
Free, yeah.
Like,
and good schools for free too.
Yeah, like you didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, like you were going to a West London school. The state school would have been fine.
I went to a West London school. I turned out fine. I went to a maintained grammar school. I had to sit an exam to get into my school, bitch.
Oh, my school just had grammar school on the name. No, actually, I have to pass the test. So yes, those. So I think she's. I'm not sure if I believe what she's selling.
No. I don't know. I don't think the reason why that's why Pavitt's so upset about how much money she wants to spend on schooling, because he's like,
fucking
don't
love
have
Pavitt.
the money.
I've like fully fallen for him.
Yeah, he's like 62 grand for what?
Funny.
Colouring?
They can learn Mandarin. They don't speak English.
Yeah.
Why do they need an affiliated kindergarten in Sao Paulo?
We need to focus on New York because that's where we live.
Where the celebrities go. Oh yeah, I definitely want him to knock about with Tom Cruise's kids. They seem fine.
Tom Cruise doesn't know his kids. What are you talking
about? He's like crazy, but sure.
Next thing you know, Jessel's in Scientology. She's like at the highest level.
I mean, I think like Montessori schools have this like concept, don't they, where people are like, "Oh, Montessori's great," but then they fully don't know what it means.
No,
like, it's quite a big concept, Montessori. Like 60k on nursery does seem like a lot, but then there are 2 of them. When they were talking about it, I was like, "That's insane." Then I thought, I don't know, how much is $1? Like 75p.
I don't know if it's that much now. Or that little, sorry. I don't know.
Oh, like it's more like £1.
Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know. We're not doing great on the old economy, Shane.
So even if it's £1 for $1, 62 grand. So that's 30 grand for one kid.
One kid, yeah.
I mean, I paid like 10 grand for my kid to go to nursery here.
Yeah.
Like, and that was term. Like, nursery is really expensive in Chelsea, in New York. I reckon it's gonna be that. Anywho, right, so we see Jacob, we establish that Uber's a brilliant friend.
Yeah, and Bryn and Jess will go shopping, and we hear about
the proposals,
engagements. Yeah,
yeah,
and how she had to phone a boyfriend to tell him that she was
that's
engaged.
Later, I think, isn't it? Because she's like, it's just easy. This is where she says it's just easier to say yes, because even though she never intended to marry people, it's just easier to say yes if they've gone through the effort of it.
Oh, that's so cute. And we find out that Jenna does interior design.
Yeah. I also, on the subject of Jessel's event, I entirely think that decorating a Christmas tree is a reasonable excuse to not go to something.
Oh, absolutely. But I think I would be upset the same thing as them. It's like she made it sound like it was something different.
She did. She should have just been honest.
You should have just been honest, yeah.
She does interior design. She's doing interior design for
the girl from Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, the girl from Schitt's Creek.
I don't know her name.
Emily?
Which is sad because it was on the TV screen and I didn't pay any attention to it because I was just staring at how beautiful she was. Actually,
she is beautiful, isn't she?
Her skin is insane.
Yeah,
I haven't seen skin like it ever. And then Erin and her husband go for dinner.
Well, so they've already sent out their invite, haven't they? Which has got all the sponsors. The invite to their. I mean, the whole concept of it is insanity to me. Their party,
their wedding anniversary,
but they're saying their vows for the first time.
Like, they've never said their vows. So what is that?
But does that just mean that they just said the regulation vows?
I'm assuming so because you can't get married without saying I do.
You have to presume. I don't know how it works. I've never been to a Jewish wedding.
But I mean, I think it's the same. I think a court of law requires you to say X things in order for you to be legally married.
No.
No?
Isn't it the signing of the register that makes you legally married?
Oh, fair.
Because you can just stand up and say, I do. You don't. Do I marry you? Yeah, I marry you. Like, doesn't mean anything.
The person who marrying you has to be legally able to marry you, right?
Yeah, like, officiate.
There are some rules. I just don't know what they are.
I'm sure there are rules. I'm sure we are married.
Oh, I don't know.
So they go for dinner. She wears a dress that's got a panel missing.
A whole leg was out in the fucking restaurant. I nearly saw none. Like,
where they exclusively eat shellfish and then they exclusively serve pork at their wedding.
Okay, this part of the whole situation, I didn't get. When you told me about that, I died. Like, that was a whole moment.
Israeli. Like, how are they
they're
not
Jewish
kosher?
and they're eating shellfish and pork. What did I say that made you laugh? I don't know, something about saying amen while they're fucking. I don't know, something.
Something.
Anyway, but yeah, that's the whole thing. But she does eat then because she ordered a lot of food.
Yes.
So it is a thing. She does eat.
She does have, and she seems to like cook in the family and stuff. I don't know, who knows.
So why doesn't she feed other people?
I mean, if you go to like an evening, like a party, do you expect there to be food?
Yes, always. I always expect there to be food.
I was just thinking I was unreasonable.
No.
Also, or if you just say come for drinks in an evening celebration, you can't then be upset if people leave to get food.
If it's 8:00, if something starts at 8:00, I'm going to assume I should have eaten dinner first.
Yeah, and I think that's what it was.
I might get snacks.
Yeah, which is what there was.
But I should eat dinner first, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she gets a massive diamond.
Yeah, big rock.
Oh. Jealous much? I didn't get that for my 10-year anniversary. I'm obsessed with her dad.
The dad is brilliant.
He gives me Richie Wakili vibes.
Oh, I think he's
from New Jersey.
I think Dr. Nicole's dad.
Oh yeah, him. If him and Richie Wakili had a baby, that's who they would have.
I think it's if Nicole's dad and then the brother from Everyone Loves Raymond. I think if they had a baby.
Yes. Absolutely. I love him so much. Speaking to her in Hebrew about her boobs. I like
an outfit. I went down a whole fucking wormhole. Who knew Paco Rabanne was still a thing?
Wait, what?
So the second outfit, the chain, the male. Paco Rabanne, which is still a thing, but now it's just Rabanne.
I thought they just still made it aftershave. They do clothes as well?
No, well, they always, that was the thing they were famous for the metal.
Recently.
But now they're still going. They're still making chainmail, yeah. And then, so now I've been Googling it, so now I'm getting a lot of adverts for Paco Rabanne. Just Rabanne.
Wait, so they have adverts and everything? Like, it's a thing?
It's a thing.
No.
It looks so uncomfortable. I mean, it always looks really uncomfortable.
I have like hair in places on my body that would just get caught up and be unnecessarily uncomfortable for me. I'm getting like sore thinking about it.
Who knew?
I certainly didn't. Fucking mind blown.
So we see Jessel and Pavitt doing the applications. She rings him from inside their flat.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to shout because the kids are napping.
So walk.
No.
Like, how big is your apartment? They're quite big because their fucking dad's hidden in there somewhere.
Oh, is the dad there?
They said, they were like, oh yeah, dad. They like did a little off the cuff remark about dad, and I was like, when's he?
Oh, okay, because I thought just the mum was there, but he must be there too.
She's obviously been like, when they're talking about how the mum doesn't do enough.
She did enough. She raised you, bitch.
And she's cut. Like, come on.
Your hard work.
And twins. I mean, come on. Yes, so they're doing the application.
The 62K for Carlo. She calls him socially inept, and how do you not know that inept is a bad word?
What were you thinking of? What were you reaching for? Like, what was the alternative? Socially prolific? What inept? What were you going for?
Socially engaged. I don't know.
And also, I mean, is he?
I don't know. But I love the fact that they went from I don't know if he did this on purpose, but it made me giggle that it went from him saying $62,000 on colouring to Si's townhouse where her kid is destroying her house with felt tip pens.
Her kid also called Rio.
Is her kid called Rio too?
Yeah. No 2 way. Rios. So they went from Rio 1 to Rio 2.
And
Rio
both of them were fucking up with colouring, and it's cost them over 60 grand a year.
And also...
Yeah, it wasn't great, was it?
Yeah, so he's colouring, he's getting told off. Why do people have white houses? I have no idea.
Yeah, but I mean, your kid should know not to put felt tip on the rug. That's the thing.
Then have a space for them to do colouring.
Yeah, fair.
Like, if you've decided to bring them into the kitchen where they never normally colour, so you can be seen to be being a good mum during the colouring, then they're going to colour on stuff.
Oh, when you could be seen to being a good mum, the shade.
So David and Si sit down and talk about how she doesn't have emotions.
He is the Coach Shah of New
York. He is. That's spot on.
That's who he is, right?
That's very good.
Yeah. And I've come to the conclusion that Si is the Lisa Vanderpump of New York.
Oh.
So she's very...
I'm not sure if I can get on board with this.
No, she's very like approachable. She's very like nice, and she's very like prim and proper. But she throws jabs, and she like is shady with like her delivery. But she wraps it up in a whole... Oh, but I'm just being honest.
I don't mean to put you out.
Yeah,
this is terrible.
Yeah, she's giving me Lisa Vanderpump vibes.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I like her.
Who, Si or Lisa Vanderpump?
Si.
Yeah, there's something about her that's not right. It's not sitting well.
I think it's the fact that she then like calls out, like when she calls out Jenna for like giving them like samples and giving them gifts that are like her products. And then she's like, oh, this is like, what's the ulterior motive? I'm like, don't you ask for stuff for free as a living?
That's your job. She hasn't said to you, you need to post this on this day for this price and for this whatever. She hasn't said any of that. She's just said, here's the stuff.
Here's some stuff
I like. And I think Jenna genuinely puts her name on stuff that she would use or she likes to use. So she is helping small businesses. She's helping female founders. She's doing that by saying, let me just slap my name on it.
She's not lying, is she? She's like, this is my business. Come and see me at my business. Come and see me doing my work. Like, that's the premise.
Jenna inviting Si because she wanted
the
someone...
casting. Don't want them to just be old white women. So then we see the anniversary party, and Dad's there, and his friend is of age, which everyone is happy about.
It's definitely giving Dr. Nicole's dad vibes.
And then the sister tells them off for chatting.
During the super long speeches, I would be talking to, bitch, just to be clear.
So, and that's exactly what Brynn says, isn't she? She's like, you're going to go and tell everyone else? And Jenna is mortified. She's like, may the ground swallow me up. Like, she's going to die. She's like, shh, shh.
But we've missed out the whole important conversation that becomes the topic of the next episode.
Oh, the flirting.
So how are you feeling? What do you feel about the Brynn and the Abe?
I think it's absolutely fine. Abe's being a bitch.
Okay.
She was joking. I think it's very clear she's joking.
And I think Abe...
I think if she wanted to fuck your husband, she would have.
Oh, 100%. I would categorically say that
Abe has stepped out.
100%. But I just don't think
this massive party in this huge fucking ring.
I just don't think any man could resist Brynn. I don't. I just don't.
I think if she turns it on,
momentary lapse of judgment. I don't even know. Maybe he just gets to tip in and then he's like, no, what am I doing? But I genuinely believe that something would happen. 100%.
I don't think anything has happened with Brynn. I think there's history and it's hit a nerve with her, hasn't it?
No,
but he doesn't disengage at the time.
No, but I don't think he should have said anything in the first place.
No.
But then at the same time, if I was watching the show and he didn't tell me as a wife, I'd be like, why didn't you tell me that happened? Like, it's a hard situation to be in.
He should have been on it. If there's an issue, then he should have been on his best behaviour.
But I think the way he said it, I think he wasn't expecting her reaction.
No, he wasn't.
I think he was just trying to have like a kiki moment with his wife, and then all of a sudden his wife saw red and was like, what the fuck?
And I think that's the second time they've had that conversation, because I think they've done it and then she's like, we're going to do this on camera and I'm going to destroy her for this.
Yeah.
And that'll be the message.
Yeah.
If you come near my husband, I will destroy you.
Well, I mean, like Bryn says, she's just gonna fuck your dad. So why are you upsetting her?
And like, yes, she's being extra, having her sunglasses on, but are you genuinely upset about that? She was
fucked up from the night before.
But also, are you genuinely upset about that? Because who is not extra in this situation of this ridiculousness of a pie?
Yeah, true.
And like, then when they're at the wreath making, and she has a go and she pokes her and she pokes her and she pokes her until she's like, I was doing it because it was boring.
Yeah.
And it was.
It looked like the most dry party ever.
Like, how much chat is there? Where is the dancing?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so they do that. Yeah, they do all of that, and then Kelly tells them to be quiet, and they're doing the speeches, and they go on for 1,000 years, and all of their friends, and then Sai leaves to go to Nobu. Name drop. Sponsored ad.
All right, and then what happens? That's the end of the episode, right?
Yeah. Then we go to the next episode, and they're doing the eyelash shoot.
Yeah.
And we find out that her name is Judith.
Judith. But so I don't really understand the genitalia of it all. So
I don't think it relates to Judith. It's just a fun way of being able to call her genitalia.
So he just called her genitalia for the sake of calling her genitalia.
Yeah, just as a.
And then so she thought that was a good idea to become Jenna.
I think she panicked. Do you think that's too cutesy? You don't think that's true?
I think she's bizarre.
I think she's orchestrated changing her name, but I think loads of people do that. It's fine. I'm prepared to forgive her for Raquel. Loads of people.
Yeah. Judith Lyons is a great name though.
But Lyons isn't. Is Lyons her maiden name?
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah. Because she was Judith Agar. That's a middle name.
Wow.
Agar. And then she was sad that she doesn't have a middle name now because she can't monogram. First world problems.
I love rich people shit. Like,
I don't have anything monogram. Yeah, I don't have a middle name either.
I don't know.
I mean, you've got
my siblings
name. Do. Oh, that's weird. Mine doesn't.
My siblings have got normal names.
Yeah.
I don't. I've
really struck a different chord there.
They went left. I wouldn't even mind if I was the oldest. I would understand, or if I was the youngest, I would understand. But I was clearly like the test. Like they went normal first, and then was like, "Oh, let's go a bit out there," and then they're like, "No, we don't like that. Let's rein it back in."
My mum is the only one of her siblings to have a middle name, and there's 6 of them. Oh, there was 6 of them.
Yeah, no.
And she's number 4, and they were like, "This one we'll give a middle name."
Interesting.
Very strange.
I think like the drugs they give you in childbirth, like fuck you up, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so we go. Everyone's getting lashes. It seems very business savvy, doesn't it? Like we're just getting people in, we're not paying them, but everyone seems to be happy. Everyone's having a nice time. Sai turns up.
Where was that woman walking when she got her date that they blanked out?
Oh, I don't know. Obviously somewhere that doesn't want to be associated with that lady getting a date.
Because it sounded like harsh or like extra or something. The way that they all were like, whoa.
I mean, they just haven't signed a release, have they?
Yeah, fair.
Why? Where do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be like a sex shop?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or like an orgy place or like, I don't know, somewhere.
Sure.
Vibes I was getting anyway. Anyway, the casting.
I like that we saw. So Uber didn't go to the party because she had COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we see her in her tiny, tiny actual New York apartment. That's what people's New York apartments look like.
Yeah, their toaster cupboard.
At the cupboard, the one fucking cupboard that she has for a kitchen, because that's what New York apartments look like. She barely fits in that.
Yeah.
I like that. I thought that
I
was
love
very
Uber
good.
so much.
Oh, yeah. She's brilliant.
I love her. Yeah, I just love her so much. Her and Chanel are just, oh, yeah.
And then we have the Erin and Abe, like, destruction, like the disassembly bitching about the debrief. That's the word. Thank you. About the party and how he's like, she said it in a funny at the time. And does she put ice cubes in a glass of red wine?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because she's a basic bitch, but I don't remember.
That's what I thought happened, and that's why I sort of missed the start of the conversation. And he's just sort of been like, it was fine, and then she's like, it's not fine. It's awful. She's trying to make us get divorced. I think you've added too many things up there.
Yeah. It does seem like a bit much. It's a reach, isn't it?
It is. And then we meet Gideon.
So, Twitter seems to think Gideon's attractive.
Oh, people fucking love Gideon because Gideon looks rich and he's got a British accent.
But Gideon is a dickhead.
Yes. But people think, if I marry Gideon, I'll get to live in a castle.
Yeah, but Gideon is
it's not what a posh English accent gets you, babe.
It really doesn't, because most of the time...
If they have a big house, that is a cash hole. And actually, it's just having a nice accent. It doesn't mean anything. They're probably from fucking Wimbledon.
Croydon. Let me just say something real quick. Public service announcement to the females. I've known a lot of men like Gideon in my time. I've never been in relations with them because I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole. But I have friends that have. And I'm telling you now, he is the type of guy who's going to rub the top of your left thigh and ask you if it feels nice. He does not know what a clitoris is, where a clitoris is, or what to fucking do with it. Because mummy has done everything for him and daddy has paid for everything and he hasn't got a fucking clue what to do when he's faced with a dilemma. So I'm just saying now, he might be able to buy you a Porsche, but you're never going to come. Ring. But you're never going to come. Just saying.
Dear, poor Gideon.
It was facts though.
I think he genuinely is in love with her.
Oh, they look like a Disney couple.
They do. But I think he's genuinely in love with men. I don't think it's an exclusive. Also, the proposal. And they're playing I Would Walk 500 Miles. Fucking run 500 miles. Don't marry someone who proposes with the Proclaimers.
Apparently it's a beautiful rendition. I'm confused. I don't understand.
Also, that I think really...
Was it silent? Is that how it's people? Was it silent? Did nothing play?
If anything proves that he's not got a fucking castle, I think it's that. Yeah, so they're going to go and buy, I don't know, cars, old cars.
Classic cars, yeah.
Who knows? I always think, how did they get in there? Should be fine. You know, but I don't
in New York, you're not driving that.
No, but people are insane, aren't they?
Yeah, fair.
When I worked in South Kensington and I saw somebody beach their supercar on a sleeping policeman, was the best day I've ever had. It rolled up. It got stuck.
The only thing that would have topped that is if they like looked up at the sky to like proclaim like craziness and then like a pigeon shot in their mouth. That would have just smashed it. That would have been like the perfect ending of that situation.
I was like, oh, that looks expensive.
Very expensive. Fuck you, dickhead.
Jessel and her mum.
Oh God, yeah.
So she's got a complaint about the IVF because she's told all of us at this stage.
Could you imagine telling your mum on national television that you went to IVF and you didn't tell her because you think she would judge you?
I think it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like if you break up with someone in public so they don't make a scene.
Yeah. My mum would reach across the table and she would smash my face into the plate.
Like, also, this idea that you're so close. Like, your mum's not fucking stupid. You guys have been married for 6 years. They knew you wanted to have children. You didn't have children for 5 years and then you had twins. Non-identical twins. Like, she's not dumb.
Yeah, no, it's true. The purpose of the situation is that you have kids to have grandkids. I've given you grandkids. How they come about is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking have your kids any way you want to.
I found it distasteful when she was like, we'd already spent this much money. I thought,
That's how much money it costs, though, isn't it?
I know, but I also feel, I was like, but is that the important factor?
I think it is to a certain extent. Like,
I know it's the factor in why people don't continue to have IVF, isn't it?
No, but my thing is, if I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars and I have more eggs and embryos waiting to be impregnated and I'm not done having kids, the main reason why I want to continue is because I've spent that much money.
So Jessel tells her mum.
Yeah.
And her mum, she's in a very awkward position, I think. Because she sort of says, yes, people would. Yeah. And she sort of says people would gossip, and she says it's very sad and like it must have been horrible. And you can tell she's like, I would imagine she's upset that she hasn't been told.
Yeah.
And then they sort of say everything's fine, and then they don't hug.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
And I just thought, oh, if there's ever a time for a hug,
that's when it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But hugging is a very weird thing in the UK, isn't it? You're either a hugger or you're not.
Yeah, I think I was class myself as a hugger, and I think I've pulled away.
Oh, you refused to hug as you got older?
I think I get less huggy. Yeah, I think I'm much less huggy than I was.
I like to hug my friends. Hello, goodbye. Yeah. Certain friends, not all friends.
Yeah. I just think I'm much more aware that there are so many people who don't like to. Oh yeah, I'm all over my kids all the time.
But I don't hug anybody else. Like, I'm not, and I don't like to kiss people either. Like, not snog, but like, you know, the 2 kisses, hello. Like, I don't, unless I know you. That's like, there's a boundary.
See, I think the industry I work in is quite cheek kissy, and also as a left-handed person, I find shaking hands very awkward.
And then what happens after?
We go wreath making.
Okay, can we talk about Bryn's coats?
Okay, yeah.
She has some coats, that girl.
She does. She has that fur that she likes a lot. We've seen a lot of that
green coat.
But that green coat was great. Everyone did dress up. I think everyone looked nice and Christmassy.
And Sai overdressed.
Of course, but it was nice. I liked it. I like that whole.
According to Jenna, I don't think she overdressed at all.
But I'm with Jenna. I love it when people overdress. Brilliant.
All right, fair.
But yeah, I liked it. It was a whole moment. I love the idea of wreath making. I think that sounds like a lovely activity. I love Christmas. I love decorations.
We can do that. That's a thing we can do.
Excellent.
Like, it's just not for me. I made my wreath that goes on my front door. Mike is very impressed because he doesn't have to spend 30 quid every year on a new wreath.
Yeah.
And then Sai immediately tells everybody about the vulnerable moment she had with Jenna.
But this is exactly what she does all the time. She did it at Jessel. She was like, oh, you're like, I can't even remember what she was.
LVP vibes.
Yeah, she just is like, here's the thing. I'm hungry. Here's the stir in the pot. Like immediate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was food there. Like, what was she fucking whinging about?
But it was brown avocado.
Well, then don't eat the avocado. Like,
there was other stuff. Yeah. I just feel like they're never going to be happy. Like, they're all Ramona.
She's never going to be happy. She's so precious.
They're all Ramona.
Yeah.
Minus the racism.
Yeah.
That's who they are.
I mean, Brynn seems happy with things. She doesn't seem to demand. And Jenna, they both seem to be able to go places and not demand things.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
But Jessel and Sai and Erin are high maintenance.
Definitely. And Erin comes into that reef making hot, fuming, ready to go.
And she just like nowhere to go with it. She like shoots her shot and she's like it's. I'm like,
no
what were you hoping would happen?
Her.
No,
everyone
she's
defends
being unreasonable.
But they're all backing Brynn blindly when Brynn did say the divorce word.
She did say the divorce word, but I don't. But it's intention, isn't it? I mean, words matter.
100%, it is intention, but you have to understand. Like, I mean, it's just such a fucking double standard, though, isn't it?
It is a double standard, but I do. Jenna arrives with like all of her baggage, all of her Christmas sacks, and then we find out her full name, and Jessel is like,
she's on the opposite side, and she wears pink wool. Like Judith 100% wears a Chanel suit, a wool Chanel suit with like a ballet bun, doesn't she? Like, let's be clear. Like, I get it.
Oh yeah, she loves the ballet slipper.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sai's still fucking miserable, and Erin's absolutely fucking furious.
And no one backs Erin.
But then she turns on everybody because she says to Sai that she has bad manners, which is true. But because she's beat, but I'm like, you can't shout at somebody at someone else's party that someone else has bad manners because you are displaying bad manners. You can't be like, you're so fucking rude. Don't be so fucking rude to me.
The irony is lost on them always. Always.
With my children, I'm like, oh shit. Stop being so fucking rude.
I do it all the time. Mike always says to me, you know you're shouting at them to tell them to not to shout. I'm like, fuck you. I'm shouting because I yeah, 100%.
And then the best bit is that she's like, I'm leaving. I'm really good at design. Like, she's really competitive over her wreath.
Oh,
okay. I generally think if you're really good at something, you don't have to mention it.
Oh no, that's not how it works. You have to tell everyone everything about all the stuff.
I'm really good at this visual thing that you're all looking at and can see if it's good.
Oh.
Sai's was very nice.
Sai's was lovely. She had all the different
all the golds
textures,
and whites and textures. Yeah, it was nice.
And the rest of them all just went for the red berry look. Yeah, it was very bizarre. Yeah, that was it. OC.
She storms off, and then they give her present. They give out presents, and Sai's pissed for some reason.
Yeah.
I didn't understand, but I'm also Team Jenna. I've decided, just give me Jenna. I would like to offer my services, Jenna Lyons, if you're listening, that your container with all your clothes in is not organised enough and there's not dress bags, and I'll come and do that.
You can also stitch up patches of holes and mothballs and all.
Sure, just get me. Just if you pay for my flight, I'll come and I'll do a whole system. We'll catalogue it. It'll be great. And also, I saw this on Instagram that someone said, if we need any extra content, I'd happily watch 40 hours of Jenna just going through that, saying where she wore everything. Yeah, I would watch that. That'll do.
Fair.
OC.
Oh.
Man, this is not fun, is it?
Not one part.
So
I don't even I can't with that OC. Like, it's so draining.
There are moments that are not draining. Like we see Emily at the Innocence Project.
And doing her motorcycle class.
Oh yeah.
Love. Emily on a motorcycle?
Fire. Like, why are we surprised? We love her on a horse. Why would we not love her on a motorcycle?
That is up there.
She's a sexy horse, isn't it?
Favourite porn. 100% up there. Definitely. I
got genuinely enraged about that Innocence Project stuff.
The girl who was in there for 28 years for double
murder on death row, and she hadn't done it.
And someone had confessed already?
And that woman who was a nurse and cannot be a nurse in a world that needs nurses.
Because she didn't do the crime that she went.
It's insane.
Nah.
If you're a convicted felon and you're a nurse and you've done your time, you should be allowed to be a nurse.
How are you supposed to be rehabilitated if no one allows you
to have a job?
To do, yeah.
But also you don't need rehabilitating because you haven't deviated from society. I mean, you do, obviously, because you've had your life robbed from you. God, it's so awful.
It's disgusting.
It is. And Emily, it was great. And Gina just proved how fucking dumb she is all over the shop. Like, you knew this is what you were going to, and yet you put nothing to say. She's like, you look cute.
So,
she's done.
You keep calling Gina. She keeps saying she looks like a prostitute in her confessionals.
No, I think she looks like a drag queen in her confessionals.
Drag queen, there we go. And I can't not see it now in every outfit she wears. In every, like the latest one with the... I can't even describe it. Like, it's like the pink dress and it's like held together by pieces of string. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I'm confused.
Yeah. It's trash.
Also, I think it might be an insult with drag queens at this point.
Yeah. Cheap drag queens. First age 14-year-old drag queens.
Those drag queens are very attractive. They got their shit together. And Gina doesn't seem like she does.
Yeah, it's more like a drag workshop.
Yeah. However, Gina in the orange confessional outfit is activated.
Oh yeah, she
has a lot to say.
And she should. Because Shannon, what the fuck are we talking about? I agree with Jen that Shannon is a piece of shit with what she's doing with this DUI. What's the social called there? CPS bullshit. Like, that is shite. And then she's dragging Travis, and yet we're not allowed to talk about her.
Well, she's dragging Travis's penis size, which I think is hilarious. Like,
I loved. Was it Taylor who was like, "Let's just all line the penises up. We can all look." Oh, I love Jen's clapback of like, everybody's seen Ryan's penis. He sends pictures to everybody in the world.
Jen is one of the best castings of any Housewives franchise in a long
She's just like,
time.
What can you do? I don't need to know about this. Here is the evidence.
She owns her shit. She's honest about it. You see her family. You see her what's and all. She's put everything on the table. Jen is stellar casting. I love it. I'm obsessed with Jen. I think she's great, and I hope she comes back next season. I really do.
That was more Gina being really stupid though, when she went around for coffee and she didn't understand the kitten. She was like, "What are we doing with the kittens?" Like, she thought they were going to feed her kitten. Like, they're just looking after these kittens.
I love the fact that she couldn't smell the tuna.
Oh, she's dumb.
And she was like, "It smells great in here." It was like,
smells like tuna and cat piss in here, babe.
Yeah, are you sure?
Can we talk about Heather's apartment?
The Cavalli one?
Exactly.
I love Cavalli, but what
I think we've all realised that Cavalli shouldn't do interior design.
I mean, I really like certain aspects of it. I just don't think
like leaving. Like leaving.
Like, let's take one of the doors, for example.
Suede doors in a kitchen. Suede in a kitchen.
Who's getting that grease off? I don't know.
Nobody ever.
But my thing is, the door itself was stunning. Just the compartments of the fabric needed work. Like, the look of the door with like the...
It's all too much.
Stunning.
They've not heard the Chanel take something off, have they? It's too... And that's why I think, like... Yeah. And the inlay and the table and everything.
However.
Okay.
I wouldn't walk away from that closet.
Yes, but... Would you have that closet? She's made the choice to have that closet and to not have anywhere for her children to sleep.
No one cares about her kids at this point. She doesn't even care about her kids at this point.
2 of them still live at home and are at high school.
But they don't care.
And how are we feeling about this? Like, someone just gave me an offer I couldn't refuse and we're really happy and we've got, like, fuck everyone you know money. Are we believing any of this?
I believe that they've made a lot of money on what they paid for that house, and I think they would be stupid not to take it.
I think there's been some fuck ups on Terry's part, and she's been like, right, fresh page, getting rid of this house, I'm getting this apartment, I'm doing acting, I'm doing all my shit, and if you don't want me to talk about it, you have to give me everything I want.
Right. And that would be part of the stage paparazzi pictures in Disney.
Yeah. Also, why would adults go to Disney? I genuinely think this.
Drop my phone, hold on.
I think that's a bit of a flag.
What, when adults go to Disney?
Without children?
In the UK, you're not allowed to go to a theme park without a child.
Is that right?
Yeah. If an adult turns up at like Legoland, for example, and they haven't got someone under the age of 15 or whatever with them, they're not allowed in.
Legoland I can see, but can you go to Alton Towers?
Oh, Alton Towers is different. That's
but
not
like one that's like...
You can't go to the Sea Boobies Land section of Alton Towers without a child.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. You are right. That's correct. I just think, yeah, you're trying to put on a show. Or you're a bit broken. I mean, people love Disney, don't they?
They do.
It's fine. So we've had the tequila Senior Noodles taco party.
This is it, yeah. And Taylor falls over, and that's the best part of that for me. She falls over.
Taylor's doing exactly what she needs to do.
Tamara is trying to shoot people with the tequila gun.
I know. I was thinking that's a lot of tequila.
That is a lot of tequila. That was a lot. Like, they did not feel well the next day. No,
there's going to need to be some dry cleaning. That blazer is not going to have tequila shot at it.
I love the fact that... Sorry. 6 people didn't go.
Yeah. She didn't invite any other people.
Yeah, that was going to be my point. Like, wouldn't you have just rang some other people and been like, hey...
You got no friends who would like a free dinner?
And be on TV?
Yeah, no, they didn't.
No.
I guess it's at what point they said they were like, they all need like 9 hours of glam.
True.
Also, I mean, I would go just to watch the mess.
Yeah.
I liked Emily and her conversation on the phone when she was like, "You're on a reality TV program."
You're juggling high now. We're talking about animal business. She can't hang up.
She can't.
That was a real...
made it easy to be mad at people.
That was a real moment of reality TV, wasn't it? Like,
I'm hanging up. No, you're not. And John says he's not perfect at that point, and Eddie's like, "But you're not fucking anyone else." And then Ryan quips in, "That's my job."
Oh.
Yeah,
that wasn't great.
No.
And then that's it really for that episode. And the next episode is Terry and Heather sell their house, and we have all the...
Oh, we've missed when Emily and Shannon go for their like makeup lunch, and they like, she's like, "What's healthy?" And
that's the next episode.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then so that happens. They go and they have she says, you can have a Greek salad. She says, I'll have a burger.
Yeah, maybe that was that episode, actually. I don't know.
And then Heather's selling her house. They've got 3 weeks to get out.
Yeah, and they haven't started packing yet.
Well, don't pack them. You were getting paid, like, what, £60 million? Pay for a fucking moving company.
Oh, Heather, wait, at what point did you ever think Heather was going to pack the house herself?
Like, it's not a 3-week job to pack that house. Like, of course they haven't started packing.
No, because there's nothing personal in it, is there? There's no stuff on the walls. You know what I mean? It's not like we're packing up our house. We've got like pictures to take down. We've got like...
You can get anything done quickly with money.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, this is the trifecta, isn't it? You can have it done well. You can have any of the two. You can have it done well. You can have it done quickly. You can have it done cheaply. Choose two.
Yeah.
You can't have all three. But if you want it done well and fast, it's going to be expensive. But just pay, like, because they don't know where they're moving to. All that stuff's only going into storage. You want it wrapped by someone who knows what they're doing.
It's only their clothes that they need to worry about, right?
I mean, you just got all that shamps, and they've probably got 700 towels. And everywhere in America has 9 bathrooms attached to it. Like, there has 18 bathrooms.
She just happened to have the 2012 Dom Perignon.
Doesn't like the 2010.
No. To be fair, I don't. Didn't like the 2001.
I wouldn't know. I mean, I think I've had Dom Perignon maybe twice.
Yeah, I used to drink it a lot at work Christmas parties.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, anyway.
Then we see Emily doing the motorcycle. Gina doesn't like it, does she?
She is having a serious issue with that.
She's upset.
Could we talk about why Emily was wearing a Pretty Woman outfit, though? With like the long sleeve black top with like the neck choker built in, and then like the leopard skirt and like the knee-high boot. Why were you doing that? She usually is on point with everything she wears. I don't understand what that situation was.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't quite chime, does it?
No, because her outfit when she went to meet Shannon, when she had like the workout gear with the short cut off denim jacket, fire.
Yes. Yeah.
Her body is insane.
It is. Tamra goes to see Shannon, and John stayed over just entirely of his own volition, just very hungover. But also, I just love the idea that, like, just spontaneously, because of nothing, he's decided to fully move what before was completely an immovable object.
John's not in it.
No. But is John in it because he wants to be on telly? Which
it sounds like it.
I find that insane. I just think, to what end, John?
Yeah, like
what is the game?
Now that,
What do you think is going to happen? You think you're going to be fucking discovered?
And the fourth wall was broken so many times with this whole situation between Shannon and everybody else and John.
And everybody being like, all Shannon does is fucking drunk dial everybody and talk, like, say all the problems. And she's like, they're perfectly normal problems.
But his kid doesn't like her, and then we find out that they get thrown out of the place a couple of weeks ago because they have a massive argument. Like, I can understand why her kids don't like her. Like, he seemed like he used to be a normal guy before, and now, but I mean, like, but now they drink uncontrollably because Shannon likes to drink, and they party, and then they have these big rows, and they have this big, like, he probably wasn't like that before. Like, he was. But it probably was behind closed doors. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, it's not going to end well, is it? We just get over it. Then we see Ryan at the jewelers.
Yeah, because him and Jen are.
Because he's going to force her into getting married.
So how long before they started dating did she get the call that she was going to be on the Housewives?
I don't know, but it's
because that to me is what the situation is. That's why he's trying to, like,
Yeah.
Because he wants to be famous. He wants to have that, and she's the path to that for him.
Yeah. And it's a big storyline, isn't it, if they get married?
Yeah, 100%. Also, why has he not had laser on his chest? Because the shaving regrowth is not attractive to anybody. It feels uncomfortable. If you want to climb on top of me to have sex, you need to fix that problem.
Well, there you go. Get help.
Don't come out of a shower with your half regrowth thinking you look good. You don't. Get that shit lasered off.
So there are people who I feel there are people who have permanently what looks like regrowth of chest hair. There are people who just have very short chest hair.
No,
as a disclaimer. But also, does laser affect your ability to tan? That would be my question.
It does, yeah. You can't have a tan if you have laser.
Yeah, I don't think he can. I think if he was to untan, he would die.
Oh, okay, fair. Fair. All
right. Then we find out that Teddy has been shitting on the paparazzi photos.
Oh, yes.
Bested Teddy.
Fucking hate Teddy.
Yeah. I mean, she's not wrong in this instance, but she is a twat.
Yes, 100%.
You can be both. You can be not wrong and a twat.
Absolutely. And then they go to the pumpkin thing.
Oh, that wasn't a vibe, was it?
And Shannon's late. Has no regard of being late whatsoever.
No. She's so self-involved.
She doesn't understand anything. That's why I love her so much.
She and bless, Tamara's trying. She's like, let's try and make it fun. I'm going to say it's got an arsehole. She's trying to do her work.
Yeah.
Even though she's equally not in this. Heather's just not even pretending. It's no.
Not for me. And then they have it out, don't they?
Yeah,
Gina and Shannon.
Yeah, and I agree. I think Shannon is shitting on Gina.
She is, but Shannon doesn't see it.
No.
But the rest of them still defend Shannon also. And say they don't remember being... So, why are they trying to make Jen look like the bad guy? I don't understand.
Because she's new and it's easy.
And because Jen is telling the truth and they don't like it. There's an unwritten rule that you don't spread...
Yeah. Don't shine a light on it. Yeah. And then suddenly Shannon has anxiety.
And has to leave, yeah.
Do you have anxiety? Or do you just feel bad because you've just been a dickhead?
Yeah, you had flashbacks
you should
of what you
anxious.
Said.
You should 100%. Feel anxious if you are horrible to people.
Yeah.
That's how society works, that there's a kind of incentive not to be horrible to everyone.
Yeah, fair.
And then Heather's I think Heather's cocked up, hasn't she, with the sale of the house and stuff, because she's not said it and then she's left it too late. And then she's just gonna be oh, I moved.
I can understand why she's not telling people that, because no one's been particularly nice to her. And it does seem like she's bragging or boasting again, doesn't it?
Yeah. I kind of think, why is she doing this? But it is weird that it's that thing, isn't it? At what point then do you have to say, and it's too late. And 2 times ago when my parents moved house, I got back to my hometown and I realised I didn't know where they lived. I knew vaguely, I knew the area. But I don't actually have their address.
Yeah.
They did move quite a bit at that point.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's brilliant. Should we end it on that note?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
It's quite sad, isn't it, the OC? I'm not enjoying it.
I was,
and now I'm not. But I've come round to Jen.
I love Jen so much. She's my favourite.
She's fun and I like looking at her.
She's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Right, that's a long one. You're going to have to cut something out of that, aren't you?
It's going to be a long edit, yeah. Pray for me. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you for putting up for our little break during the summer.
Yeah, thanks all.
Thanks for everyone who went back to listen to old episodes. Appreciate that. Don't forget to tell your friends. about us. We're on all platforms. And we're back to regular scheduling from now on.
Yeah, I mean, we might even talk more about Tyson Fury. We might even talk about PK.
Oh yeah, PK starts Tuesday.
No, it started.
Oh, wait, hold on, what?
It started. I watched the first episode.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I watched 15 minutes and I gave up. So that's
all right. I'm gonna have to go back and watch PK now.
Yeah.
All right.
Out,
on that
PK,
note,
he's a dog.
Shocked.
Bye all night.